this is David Stark from WatcherPass.com, your website for movie reviews, interviews, and recommendations. Today I'm feeling particularly festive because I'm joined by Hadar Cats, who plays Emma in the new family drama, My Dad's Christmas Date. We're going to talk to Hadar in just a second, but first let's check out the trailer. And while you're watching, if you can like and subscribe, that would be
Hi.
awesome. You can hear me. Perfect.
Yes, I can. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I know it's a time
Yeah,
difference and
absolutely.
geographical difference. It must have been a pain, so thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Oh no, it's all right. My pleasure.
So this is Hadar Kat. She plays Emma in My Dad's Christmas Date, which comes out today, November 6th, and it comes out digitally, so you can check it out, from the comfort of your home. You can check it out. You can rent it now. You can rent it close to the holidays. You can buy it if you want, but it's something that is just a lot of fun. It's a fun holiday film and kind of a nice kickoff to this holiday season. So the film, I'm in America. The film, I think, is based in Britain, and you are in Italy. So how has it been like, kind of promoting a film with this kind of international reach and appeal?
Yeah, I mean it's been interesting, and obviously I am based in Rome, but I move around between London and Rome, and I'm kind of everywhere. So it's definitely been a lot of fun. And obviously, the film is out today in the US, and so I've kind of been pushing that side. But there's going to be, releases in the UK and in Europe. So then that's more kind of where I am. So it's kind of more familiar.
So it's going to be a marathon for you, not a sprint. It's going to be a long
Yeah.
one. um, and so you play Emma, who is as Jules's best friend in the film. What kind of drew you to this film? Was there anything particular about Emma that you liked that kind of spoke to you?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I really liked the kind of redeeming uh, resolution side of the film. I thought that was really kind of beautiful, and I thought that that was something that hadn't really been done before in that way. And of course, Emma, my character, I mean, she's amazing. And I think that I'm kind of similar to her in many ways as a person. She has a very big personality. She's very extroverted and kind of says her own and has an opinion. And I feel like you know may have some of that in me as well. And so it was the initial attraction was definitely that. And I was like, wow, this girl is really like, she sounds like she could definitely be my friend and someone I could get along with. And then it just so happened that I had the honor of being her. So that was amazing.
So 2 points you brought up that I'd like to explore more. One thing you mentioned is the redeeming quality of this film. I thought it was really interesting. I thought it would be more of just like your standard Christmas dramedy, but there was a lot more kind of heart and emotion in this movie than I thought. And then the nice thing about your character is that you kind of provide some more comedy and some more of the kind of, you know, outspoken, irreverent aspects of it. So, was that did you expect the film? It sounds like you expected the film to have this much heart, which was great to see. And then also, is your character always kind of more on the comedic side, or was that something that you kind of brought to the film with your personality and kind of the way that you approached it?
So that was definitely something that I loved about the film, that kind of true teenager, because I feel like a lot of the times, especially in, holiday films or like Christmas films, a lot of the times they're written to kind of show ideal characters rather than what life really is like. And being a teenager myself, and being, Jules and Emma's age when I was filming, that was definitely something that I really liked. That I really related to, the difficulties of, having to have a relationship with your parents that might sometimes, you might kind of, have different opinions about different things. And, she's at a stage in her life where she's trying to kind of experiment and you know, be very outspoken, and her father is also very much like that, and so sometimes they can kind of talk at cross purposes and not really get along. So that was definitely something that I really, really liked. And my character being kind of the more comic relief in the film, in a way, I thought was also a lot of fun, because that's how I deal with things. If there's ever like an awkward situation, or if there's ever, you know, if I'm ever uncomfortable, I'll always, you know, smile or like laugh or try to crack a joke, because that's kind of my way of dealing with things. And so I thought that aspect was also really interesting, that I could kind of add to that. And I think Emma was definitely written with that in mind, but I think it kind of came to life more when there was a person doing it, which was a lot of fun. And yeah, I mean, fun is just a very good word to summarize the whole experience and the film, even though obviously it is very kind of heartfelt and emotional. But yeah.
That's a great point. I mean, I really liked the relationship between Piven and Barrett in this film, because they, you know, it did feel kind of more, you know, grown up is the wrong word, but I think realistic is right. Like, it's, you know, they're both kind of like, she's becoming an adult, he's kind of dealing with that, and he treats her like an adult, but still her father. And so that was, you know, that the kind
Absolutely.
of push and pull there does give the film a lot of heart, does give the film a lot of you know, dramatic moments, and then, you know, your character can come in and kind of help lighten the mood without affecting that relationship. That's kind of, you know, the basis of the movie. So yeah, I really liked. I was surprised by that aspect as well. Um, you know, I guess, what was it like working with, you know, Jeremy Piven and Olivia-Mai Barrett? You know, you're the best friend of Jules, so, you know, did you all know each other beforehand? Was this something that you just kind of picked up when you were on set, and also with Jeremy Piven? You know, what was it like working with him?
Yeah, so everyone on set was amazing. Truly, I truly mean that. As people, they are really amazing people, and an experience I will never forget, and I'll always be grateful. I mean, I could go on for hours telling you how amazing it was and what an experience and how great it was. Jeremy is one of the funniest people I've ever met, if not the funniest. He is hilarious, and his improvisations are just incredible, out of this world. He's such a talented actor, and to have the opportunity to work with such a seasoned actor at such a young age, and having someone so kind of well-rounded to look up to and actually have the opportunity to work with, was an experience of a lifetime. Truly. And Olivia is so talented. She is really, really talented, a lovely person, as is Jeremy, as was Joe. I mean, everyone on set we really got along. Um, I mean, obviously I was quite a lot younger than everyone on set. Um, so there was, you know, I wasn't exact. I'm not an adult, so I was like one of the kids, and you know, I had I still do need a chaperone on set, so so it was very interesting, that dynamic, and I think that was like kind of I've heard Jeremy say this. It was the first time that he kind of plays this fatherly character, and so on set. Yeah, it was just a lot of fun, and he's hilarious, really funny guy.
That's really great to hear, because one of the things, you know, you kind of think of Jeremy from his role as Ari Gold, which, you know, was a outspoken, very aggressive role, and then you kind of heard some of the stories from Hollywood that maybe he's like that. So it's really, you know, the thing that surprised me a lot in this film was just his character, and kind of the emotional journey his character took. And I, you know, I'm glad to hear that he was also, you know, very nice and funny, because it's kind of tough. It would be
Yeah,
tough to act that. You know, I felt like it was a very genuine character for him, and I liked kind of the new image that
yeah,
he had. So it's really great to kind of hear that that's, you know, that's how he is in person as well. And also really
yeah,
fantastic for you, like, as you said, to kind of be in this film with, you know, kind of a smaller cast, so you get more personal time with them to kind of
Yeah.
get a relationship with them and kind of grow and learn from them as well. So this is just a fantastic opportunity for you too.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Um, and so, you know, the film, how long did the film take to film? Because it, you know, it seems like it could have been a pretty quick turnaround, and then, you know, coming out to here. How long were you actually on set for this film?
Um, so we had a break in between because we actually did shoot it around Christmas.
Hmm.
So yeah, we did have a Christmas break in between. So I think we shot about 2 or 3 weeks before Christmas. We had a Christmas break, and then we came back in January for another 2 weeks. I think 2 or 3 weeks. That was the total. I was on set for about 3 weeks, I think, something like that. Maybe 3 weeks. Yeah.
So yeah, that's a pretty quick turnaround
Pretty,
time.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
quick. It was quick, it was fast, and it was fun and a lot of laughs. Yeah, it was freezing. Oh my goodness, it was freezing. York is beautiful. I recommend it. Definitely go there, but cold.
Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22 because you know you show some of the beautiful Christmas aspects of it, and then you're like, but don't go there now. Wait until it's warmer. um, that's awesome. That's just really really great to hear. And you know, you mentioned earlier that, you know, Emma appealed to you because she's kind of similar to you as a personality. So was there anything that you had to do to prepare for this, or was it just kind of very natural for you to slide in and kind of play this character? Did you do anything to kind of prep to play Emma, or was it just kind of who you are?
Yeah, so I definitely like obviously read the script like a million times. Um, both out of excitement and just wanting to read it and learn it. I worked on it with an acting coach because I think that's really, really important. I think training is very, very important. So yeah, I did quite a lot of work on it with an acting coach and with a few actually, just kind of to bring more depth to the character, and kind of create some kind of backstory in my head, just so that she kind of seems three-dimensional rather than what's shown on screen. I wanted to have more depth to the character, if that makes sense.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. That's awesome to hear. One thing I was wondering is, you know, a film. You mentioned that it's a lot of fun to film. Any funny stories that you have from the filming process? I mean, you're surrounded by such talented and funny people. I imagine there must have been, you know, some levity as well. Anything come to mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's one scene in the film that we shot. There was the last scene we shot right before we broke for Christmas, and it was the incense scene, which was then cut into many little parts in the film. I think, and Mick Davis, the director, he yelled action, and Olivia and I started doing our thing, and he wouldn't yell cut. And he just wouldn't yell cut. And we were there for a really long time. I think the take was like 7 minutes long or something like that.
Wow.
And Olivia and I were kind of just improvising the whole thing and like adding more lines and being really weird with like the aromas and the candles. And it was just a really, really funny kind of atmosphere. And she and I were laughing so hard the whole entire time. And it was really funny because everyone who was around the monitor, so the director, the producer, they were all there. And Olivia and I were doing the scene, and all we could hear was everyone in the village like laughing so hard, like trying their best not to laugh. And she and I it was just, everyone was laughing, and it was just hilarious. She and I, by the end of it, like our stomachs hurt so bad because we were laughing so hard. So that was definitely, I'll never forget that. That was hilarious.
That is awesome because it also shows, you know, that you're playing best friends, but it also shows that you became really good friends on set. So that's really great to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, awesome. I'd like to move I call it the lightning round. It's just very lightweight questions about the film or the characters. Some of them relate to your character, some of them relate to other characters. You can choose not to answer if you want. I won't be offended, but I try to keep them very answerable. So if you're game, we
Okay.
can get started. Have you ever set anyone up on a blind date?
Yes.
Excellent. Have you been on a blind date?
No.
Have you
No,
ever
no.
signed up someone for something, a service, something like that without their
Yes.
knowledge? Okay.
Oh, without their knowledge. Ooh. Yes and no. It's an in-between. It's an
Okay,
in-between.
that's fine. What's the craziest thing you've done for your parents?
The craziest thing I've done for my parents. I mean, I would do anything for my parents, but they're pretty normal people. I don't know, tell them I love them every day. They don't get, you usually don't get that from teenagers.
Yeah, no, that is surprising. So that's fantastic to hear. So your character has a choir scene. You know, do you sing as well? Was that you
Yeah, I
singing?
do.
Awesome.
I do
Uh,
sing.
any other talents other than singing and being a good actor?
I was a professional horse rider for quite a while.
All right, that is quite a repertoire of talents. That's awesome.
Thank you.
One of the dates was to like a classic black and white film. Have you ever gone to a theater to see a classic movie?
Not to a theater, but definitely at home.
Nice. Uh, what would be the most interesting thing you put on your dating profile?
Probably languages, I would say. The languages you speak.
And yeah, you speak multiple languages just from your upbringing, right?
Yeah, I
That's
speak
awesome.
English, Italian, and Hebrew.
That's awesome. Have you ever called any of your friends' parents fit?
Yes.
That was one of the funnier parts. You kept bringing it up. um, what is your family holiday tradition?
Ooh. Um, we eat donuts. Yeah, we eat donuts.
That's great.
That's the holiday tradition.
So in the film, Jeremy Piven's character mentions later on that he had a dream growing up, a thing that he wanted to pursue. What was your dream growing up? And it could be acting, and you're living your dream. What was your dream growing up?
So I definitely wanted to be an actress. I always have, but it always kind of seemed far-fetched to me. So I didn't think it would ever be possible. But
You're
here I
doing
am.
it. That's awesome.
So yeah. So
There's another scene where a character shows a tattoo. So do you have any tattoos?
absolutely not.
um,
And my mother would not allow that.
Excellent. Well, one more year, and then you can get whatever tattoo you
Yeah,
want. Have you ever called someone's phone knowing that they wouldn't pick up just to kind of hear their voice or leave a message?
of course.
Excellent. And now these are questions that were responses during the film to some of the dating profile questions. So let's see how you stack up. One, do you like competitive dog grooming?
I've never been part of competitive dog grooming, but I definitely think I could give it a try.
I think so too. I mean, you seem to have lots of talents, and you're around horses, so you at least know something
I
about kind
do.
of grooming animals.
I do have dogs as well. So
There you go. What celebrity do you look like other than obviously Hadar Cats?
that's a really good question, and I have no idea. No one has. I want to find my doppelganger. I've searched, but I've never found anyone who properly looks like me. So if anyone finds anyone who looks remotely like me, I would be very happy to know.
I don't know, being unique is probably, that's pretty special too. So I would hold on to that. What Harry Potter house are you?
Gryffindor, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So that's the right choice. And so now that the film is out and available in the US, and then it's going to be being promoted in Europe and other territories soon. What's next for you? What's next on the horizon?
I have few exciting projects in the works, but I can't share anything yet, unfortunately. I would love to, I would, but I can't yet.
Well, it's just good to hear that you're continuing to act, because I know the industry is kind of hurting right now. So that's
Yeah,
fantastic news. So
it's great.
awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. The film is My
Thank
Dad's
you.
Christmas Date. It comes out today in America, and then later during the holidays in other territories. So keep an eye out for it. And thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Take
My
care.
pleasure. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Awesome. You
Bye.
too. That was Hadar Cats, who plays Emma in the new family Christmas dramedy, My Dad's Christmas Date. It's available digitally today, so you can check it out now or wait a little later when you need to be in the holiday spirit. If you like this interview, please like and subscribe to this channel. It helps me out a lot to make sure all my new interviews go straight to you. And as always, please go to watcherpass.com for all your movie reviews, interviews, and recommendations. Thank you.